Hello, and welcome to Professor Game Podcast. This is a short introductory episode to explain what you can expect in future episodes. This podcast is not about me, so I'll start talking about you. If you have a passion for teaching, if you're always looking for ways to improve your teaching, you are in the right place. Teachers, professors, if you have a calling for teaching, whether in schools, universities, graduate schools, you want your students to learn and succeed. Gamification can change everything for you. And I am in love with the possibilities that gamification has to offer to education. I've been at congresses where nuns inspired the audience by showing how they've used gamification to engage students so deeply that they were beyond the edge of their seats. They were standing with their backpacks still on, making every effort to participate and collaborate with others. Doesn't that sound amazing? In this podcast, I will interview gamification gurus, experts, and practitioners with a special bias towards education. Here, I will bring the best of the best to inspire you towards helping your students to learn, to be engaged, to be present in class through the use of gamification. You might ask yourself why I created this podcast. Well, to start with, there's very, very few podcasts dedicated to gamification. And if you try to go into gamification in education, in higher education, to this date, there's practically nothing. And I've been searching around for this content for quite a while in audio format because I found it very useful for, when you're working out, when you're walking to work, or even commuting. I walk to work every day. If this is something you're looking forward to, then welcome to the Engagers. What's the format of the show? Well, broadly speaking, there's two sections. The first one is more oriented towards longer, narrative, storytelling answers from our guests, where they talk about their experience, their stories, how something that's happened to them and how they've learned from that. And the idea is to extract as much inspiration from their stories as possible. The second section is more about short answers, practical tips, tools, and tactics that you can get from these experts, from these gurus, for you to dive right into the game, for you to dive right into gamification. You might also want to know how I got started in gamification. It was a couple of years ago when I was a project manager in IE Business School, and I was creating engaging, interactive learning materials for our students that kept them looking for more, while also, actually learning. When I first read about gamification, it all clicked. It made so much sense. It was part of the toolkit I was using just without the gamification label. As I got more and more curious about how it works, I've been reading a lot. I've been participating in workshops. I've met amazing experts, which of course I'll be interviewing in this podcast. I met like-minded peers. I started speaking about gamification in education at conferences, such as Online Educa Berlin. I've been scratching the internet for free and paid materials, and I'm committed to bring it all together to help you on your journey to engage your learners. If you want to know a bit more about me, I was born in May 9th in Caracas, in Venezuela, where I graduated as a software engineer and later got my MBA. I'm currently living in Madrid with my wife, where I work as a publishing manager of IE Business School Publishing. Finally, I have a small surprise, an Easter egg, as we like to call it in gamification. If you're listening this far, you're probably getting curious about gamification and education. So I am going to start a regular sweepstake to win a 1-hour consultation with me for free. All you have to do to participate is go to iTunes, subscribe to this podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and send a screenshot as proof to professor@professorgame.com. That is professor@professorgame.com with the subject line 1-hour consultation. If you win, we'll schedule a 1-hour call, one-on-one, to help you out on your gamification project. If you have any trouble trying to get into the iTunes webpage, you can just go to professorgame.com/iTunes, and there you'll have all the instructions. That's it. Thanks for listening in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episodes available. We're going to be releasing one episode every week, at least, and our website is professorgame.com. There you can also subscribe to our email list where we are sharing amazing content with you, the Engagers. Let's do this.